Now, 8 Sports Blitz with Nolan Knight.
It's a rematch of last year's Class 6 Region A Championship in our Blitz Game of the Week as Highland Springs travel to Manchester to begin their 2024 campaign. Well, in our Rivalry Game of the Week, it's a crosstown battle between Midlothian and Monacan, and man, was it a good one. Hello, 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 and a welcome into the Week 1 edition of 8 Sports Blitz. That's right, we're back, and we got a great show planned for tonight. Here in Week 1, it was a bit strange. About half our games took place last night and the other did tonight. But regardless, we got scores and highlights from all the biggest games. So let's get this show started with our 8 Blitz Game of the Week as Highland Springs and Manchester battled last night for the third time in 2 years. Well, it was a hot and humid atmosphere last night at Manchester for this one. The defending Class 6 runner-ups, Highland Springs, on the road at Manchester, who went 11-2 last season, and their only loss was to this Highland Springs squad. But Marion Harvey wasted no time getting on the board. 7-0 ball game. Landon Abernathy, though, he would respond. Check out the quarterback rolling to the right. He's going to let one rip for Latrell Green. He's on the receiving end of this one, and he gives not one, not two, but 3 stiff arms on the way to a huge touchdown for the Lancers to get on the scoreboard. But Highland Springs is inevitable. Dayron Ferguson had himself a knot. You're not going to stop him either. Touchdown Springers. The Highland Springs Springers' quest to another state title is officially on. They take care of business, taking to this one 42-8.
Relative, man. So many games left in the year, we hope, right? Taking one game at a time, and I think the biggest thing for us is, you know, we showed flashes of things that we did well, and, you know, we scored enough points tonight to win. So we got some things that we got to work on, but we'll move forward. It feels good.
Yeah, who would have thought, right? Highland Springs still looking dominant once again. Let's stay in Class 6A as the Meadowbrook Monarchs got their season started on the road last night at Clover Hill. And it was a beautiful night at Clover Hill to kick off the season. The Cavaliers rocking some new threads this year, and they were playing well in that new uniform as well. Look out, Terrell Mabry in for the huge hit behind the line of scrimmage. And that would force a punt, but the punt was so good, the Cavs were backed up, and it would result in a safety. A host of Monarchs in the backfield for the 2 points, and on their next possession, they would find 6. Nikai Baird says, I'll keep this one for himself, and he says, yeah, I'll take a touchdown too. Meadowbrook takes this one to a Week 1 victory, 28-12 over the Cavs. Over at Thomasdale last night, the Knights, they were at home hosting Cosby, and this Knights team coming off an 11-1 season, enter 2024 hungry as they wasted no time getting on the scoreboard. Hand off to Jaden Hyatt. He's around the right side. You're not going to catch him. 40-yard touchdown strike. Cosby, it wasn't their night last night, but they had their fair share of hard-earned would take over. This time, it's Aaron Lucas coming right into your living room. Look out, touchdown Knights. Thomasdale, they cruise to a Week 1 win, 52-8. Looking at some of the other scores from last night, Glen Allen gets a big win under new head coach, 35-0, while LC Bird looks like a contender under their new head man as well. They get a 31-0 win over James River. Louisa County and Patrick Henry's game last night affected by the storm. Patrick Henry leads in the game 16-7. It's going to conclude tomorrow morning. Well, at Trinity tonight, North Cross came to town, but they go home with the loss. Trinity hands it to them 34-14. Another Class 6 team in action tonight was Deep Run. They were hosting Mechanicsville. This game actually last night. Last year, the Wildcats, they went 1-9. They were hoping to match that win total to last night. And we'll pick up second quarter when Jamal Howard takes the handoff, cuts into the end zone for the score before the break. But in the second half, look out. Carson Streifler says, give me my money. He's off to the races and gone, making a 12-0 Deep Run lead. Still third quarter. Now when Mechanicsville gets going, it's the bootleg, and it goes for 14 yards for the score, 12-6. We had a good one in this one, but Cullen Birch would call game as he took the ensuing cookout to the house. Deep Runs, they start the year with a win, 20-6. All right, well, that's enough of all the drama from last night. How about we turn our attention to some of the games that took place tonight? J.R. Tucker, they were at home hosting Carolina in a Class 5, Class 4 battle. Both these teams had losing records in 2023, but Caroline snuck away with the win in this meeting last year. And again, the Cavaliers looked like the dominant team. How about Vlad Josin Jr. running through not one, not two, but 3 tackles on the way to the end zone. Touchdown Caroline. And they were doing it on offense and defense. This time it's Cameron Johnson going to step in front of this one for the INT. The Cavs are rolling. That defense is mean. How about this time Christian Blevins is going to find himself in the backfield with a big sack, and it would lead to a score later on as well. Check out the throw here. Perfect from Peyton Fletcher. He catches it. He's in the end zone. It's a shutout win for Carolina. 42-0. Meanwhile, out at Goochland tonight, the Bulldogs, they were hosting Mills Godwin in a game that was originally scheduled to be played last night. They moved it till today. First quarter will pick up. Constantinos Covance plows his way in for the touchdown. Eagles take a 6-0 lead to start the game. Let's go to the second quarter now, and it's Mills Godwin again getting on the board, and again it's Constantinos Covance again. Constantinos, more like Tostinos, because he's still rolling to the end zone. Give this man his pizza rolls. Touchdown. Eagles, they're on the scoreboard. Cameraman lost him, but he found him in the end zone, eating up a touchdown. 12-0 Eagles, but the Bulldogs respond. Less than 40 seconds to go in the half. Cole Browning at the end of this one, and he's in to make it a 1-score game. In the end, though, the Eagles, they blitz the Bulldogs for 3 more scores, winning the game 33-7. All right, guys, well, it's already time for us to call our first timeout of the night, but don't go anywhere, because coming up next, we head out to Monacan for the Blitz Rivalry Game of the Week. You won't want to miss it.
Stay tuned for more 8Sports Blitz! Go Seas!
You're watching 8Sports Blitz! Go Seas!
All right, hello and welcome back into 8Sports Blitz, everyone. Last night, the VHSL high school football season got underway, and one of the best games of the night took place in our rivalry game of the week as Midlothian and Monacan squared off in what turned out to be an instant classic. Let's head just down the road at Monacan High School. The atmosphere in this one was off the walls. A packed house. We'll pick this one up, tied up at 7 apiece when Jaden Stabler decides to keep one for himself, gets a huge block, and he's deep into Trojan territory, and that will get the crowd into it. And they get goal to go, but that Trojan defense comes up with the stand. Nathaniel Coopedge in the backfield for the turnover on downs, but the Chiefs make a stand of their own. Check out this play. Look out behind you, or Trey Andrews just might get you. He forces the fumble, and Kwame Waters scoops it up. He's got an escort into the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. Those Midlothian Trojans, though, they came to town with fire in their eyes, though. Naked bootleg and a full heart leads Gibson Gross into the end zone. But in the end, it's the Chiefs who get the close win, 28-21. Giving Class 1 some love now. Tonight at Charles City, the Panthers were hosting Lancaster as the two schools kicked off their 2024 seasons. And Lancaster's Porter Pittman puts it up, connects with his man downfield for the easy touchdown. And they would keep rolling. Levante Cook around the right side. He makes a cut. He's in for 6. Charles City, they just could not contain or gain any traction. Lancaster handoff this time to DeMarcus Howard for their 3rd touchdown. You're not going to stop them. Red Devils, 44. Charles City, 0. Looking at some other scores from around the area. Dinwiddie hosted George Washington tonight. They took this one 55-21, while at Colonial Heights, Southampton came to town. They leave with a close win, 38-35. We also had some shutouts tonight. Thomas Jefferson wins easy, 31-0 over Greensville, while Booker T comes to town with Bruce Smith in attendance and leaves with a 42-0 win last night. Turning our attention to our VISAA schools tonight over at St. Christopher's, the Saints were hosting Camden tonight. Camden making the trip to Richmond all the way from New Jersey for the Week 1 game, and what an atmosphere it was tonight. Entering the 2024, the Saints are feeling confident about their team, but this Camden team proved to be a tough out. We pick up Saints trailing 7-3 when they go to the air. Chase Roberts lets one rip for Jerryon Johnson, the sophomore. Pulls it in for the first down, and as I always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Again, Roberts lets it fly. Again, Johnson pulls it in for the Saints touchdown. Camden, though, man, they came to play tonight. They were able to move the ball all over the They were great in the first half. Check out the cap. Sack here. But in the second half, the Panthers came alive to win 39-17. How about we head down the road to Collegiate today for the next one. Armstrong on the road. We might have a candidate for game of the year. This one was back and forth. It's the Cougars getting on the board. Handoff to Milton Arundale. He's around the outside in 7-0. Nothing crazy about that, right? But the real story of the game is this kid right here. Jackie Chavez takes the handoff, waltzes in for the score. You can't stop him. Smiles for the camera. For the Wildcats would trail, but not for long. This time, Briante Harris throws it up. It's who else but Chavez who brings it down to take a lead with under a minute to play. This time, Collegiate, again, they take the lead. Zay Davis in to go up by 2. Armstrong, they give themselves a final chance. Last play of the game. Harris to the air, tipped. Chavez there to bring it down. His 6th touchdown of the game. Armstrong wins in dramatic fashion to start the year 36-32. Meanwhile, out in Chesapeake tonight, Hermitage, they were on the road to take on the Tigers. They fall 44-6, while Central King and Queen gets a 14-0 win. And last but not least, I think we have time to show you some more highlights. Just one more game to go. Atlee last night were hosting Douglas Freeman. Last night, the Raiders, they were home hosting Freeman. The Mavericks, they ran away with this one. Early, it looked like it might happen again. The Mavericks won it last year, I should say. Stevenson takes the handoff. He's going to shove off a defender, cut across the gain. This play, smooth like butter. That's the kid's first name. What a game last night for Douglas Freeman. They end up getting the big victory on the road over Atlee, 17-0. Exciting night of high school football here for our first 8 Sports Blitz in quite some time. That's going to wrap things up here for 8 Sports Blitz. Thanks for making ABC 8 your home for high school football.
Tracker 8, Richmond's most accurate forecast. Catch the big plays from the game of the week. Fridays at 11 on 8 Sports Blitz with Nolan Knight. Brought to you by your Richmond GMC Elite dealers.
The warmer day.